Have you ever felt like people are pulling away from you, but you don't know why? The answer might lie in 5 toxic habits you don't even realize you have, and today we'll fix them. Why do some people naturally attract others, while some seem to push everyone away without even realizing it? It's not always about charisma or intelligence. It's often about habits, subtle, everyday behaviors that, over time, create a reputation we may not even be aware of. Toxicity doesn't always come in loud, obvious forms. Sometimes it hides in the way we handle conversations, react to problems, or treat other people's trust. And when left unchecked, these small habits can turn into invisible walls that isolate us from meaningful relationships. According to Epictetus, if someone speaks badly of you, do not defend yourself. Instead, live so that no one will believe it. This ancient wisdom reminds us that who we are is not determined by what we say about ourselves, but by how we behave. Today, we will uncover 5 toxic behaviors that silently harm your relationships and reputation, and more importantly, how to avoid them. If you want to be someone who commands respect, builds trust, and maintains strong, meaningful connections, these are the habits you must leave behind. Protect trust. Keep confidences like a vault. Trust is one of the most fragile yet valuable things a person can possess. It takes years to build, but only a moment to break. When someone shares a personal story, a struggle, or a secret with you, they are handing you a piece of their vulnerability. How you handle it speaks volumes about your character. There's a reason why people instinctively distance themselves from those who can't keep their word. A person who shares other secrets today will eventually do the same with yours. As Seneca's philosophy suggests, real strength lies in discretion. He believed that a wise person knows when to remain silent because some things are better left unsaid. People may not confront you about it, but over time, you'll notice fewer meaningful conversations, fewer people turning to you for advice, and a growing sense of detachment in your relationships. To avoid this, cultivate the discipline of keeping what is told to you in confidence. If someone trusts you with personal information, ask yourself, does this need to be shared? If the answer is no, then protect it as if it were your own. Silence, in this case, is not avoidance, it is wisdom. Think before you speak. Your words hold power. Impulsive words are like arrows. Once released, they cannot be taken back. They can wound deeply, damage relationships, and create misunderstandings that could have been avoided with a moment of restraint. Many conflicts, both personal and professional, stem not from what was meant, but from what was said without thought. According to Epictetus's teachings, self-control is one of the greatest strengths a person can develop. He emphasized that those who react impulsively are slaves to their emotions, while those who pause and reflect before speaking demonstrate wisdom. The ability to measure words before they leave your mouth is a sign of true intelligence, not just intellectual sharpness, but emotional maturity. People who consistently speak without thinking often justify their behavior with phrases like, "I just say what I think," or "I'm just being honest." But honesty without tact is not wisdom, it's recklessness. Thoughtless words can erode trust and leave wounds that apologies cannot always heal. The solution: practice silence before reaction. If emotions run high, take a deep breath, count to 5, and assess whether what you're about to say adds value or only fuels the fire. Mastering this skill not only earns you respect, but also strengthens your ability to navigate difficult situations with grace and control. Stop complaining, build solutions, not problems. Complaints are like a leaking faucet, annoying, constant, and serving no real purpose. They create an atmosphere of negativity that drags people down rather than lifting them up. While venting frustrations may feel like relief in the moment, repeated complaints signal to others that you are focused on problems rather than solutions. According to Epictetus's philosophy, a wise person does not waste energy lamenting over what cannot be changed, but instead focuses on what is within their control. He taught that suffering comes not from external events, but from our judgments about them. The more you complain, the more you reinforce a victim mentality, one that prevents growth and action. Negativity repels people. Constantly expressing dissatisfaction, whether about work, relationships, or life in general, does not inspire sympathy. It drains those around you. Over time, people begin to distance themselves, choosing instead to engage with those who bring constructive energy rather than endless grievances. The key to breaking this cycle: shift your focus toward action. Instead of fixating on what is wrong, ask yourself, what can I do to improve this situation? Training your mind to seek solutions instead of dwelling on obstacles will not only enhance your own well-being, but also strengthen your relationships and overall resilience. Avoid gossip. What you say about others defines you. Gossip may seem harmless, even entertaining, but in reality, it is one of the fastest ways to erode trust and damage relationships. When people engage in gossip, they momentarily feel connected through shared secrets, but this bond is fragile, built on the idea that others' misfortunes or private matters are sources of amusement. According to Seneca's philosophy, a wise person spends their time on self-improvement rather than dissecting the lives of others. He believed that discussing people's flaws does nothing to elevate one's own character. Instead, it reflects insecurity and a lack of discipline in controlling one's speech. When you listen to gossip, you are subtly endorsing it. And when you participate, you are demonstrating to others that you cannot be trusted with sensitive information. Over time, people begin to associate you with negativity, even if your intentions were never malicious. The most effective way to break free from this toxic habit: redirect conversations toward meaningful topics. If someone tries to pull you into gossip, shift the subject to something constructive. Develop a habit of speaking about ideas, goals, and self-growth rather than dissecting others' lives. Not only will this improve your relationships, but it will also cultivate a reputation of integrity and wisdom. Control your anger before it controls you. Anger is a fire. When controlled, it can provide warmth and motivation, but when left unchecked, it consumes everything in its path. Many regrets in life stem from words spoken in moments of uncontrolled rage, damaging relationships beyond repair. While anger is a natural emotion, allowing it to dictate your actions is a sign of weakness, not strength. As Marcus Aurelius taught, true power lies in self-mastery. He believed that a person who reacts to every provocation is a slave to their emotions, whereas someone who remains calm under pressure holds the real advantage. When you let anger dictate your words and actions, you surrender control over yourself, giving power to external forces. A single moment of patience can prevent years of resentment. Practicing restraint does not mean suppressing emotions, it means understanding them. When frustration builds, take a deep breath, walk away if necessary, and assess the situation rationally. Most conflicts do not require an immediate reaction, and often, time brings clarity that anger never will. Mastering your temper does not make you indifferent, it makes you wise. The ability to respond with composure, even in difficult moments, earns respect and strengthens your relationships. Those who can control their emotions control their future. Choose who you want to be, toxic or wise. The way you treat others is a direct reflection of your inner world. Toxic behaviors don't just push people away. They create a cycle of negativity that affects your own well-being. But the good news is that awareness is the first step to transformation. By protecting trust, thinking before you speak, avoiding constant complaints, steering clear of gossip, and mastering your anger, you cultivate a reputation of wisdom and integrity. As Epictetus emphasized, true freedom comes from self-discipline. When you control your words and actions, you take charge of your life instead of being at the mercy of emotions and impulses. Small changes lead to massive transformations. Pay attention to how you interact with the world. Are you building trust or breaking it? Are you bringing solutions or spreading negativity? The answer to these questions defines who you are and how others perceive you. Now, it's your turn. If you could remove just one toxic habit from your life today, which one would it be? Imagine how your relationships, confidence, and even opportunities could change. Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. It really helps the channel grow and keeps this type of content coming.